In yesterday's video, I went against the grain a little bit when I talked about the Yeezy 380 Blue Oat and said, actually, yes, this is a sneaker that you should be going out and getting. And here I am again, one day later, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to go against the grain and say that this is a sneaker that I think is a mistake. If you've seen the title of this video, you'll know that the upcoming release of the Adidas Superstar Run DMC for me is a mistake. Now, it's not a mistake because the sneaker looks bad. It doesn't. It looks absolutely fire. It's not a mistake because it's a bad collaboration to tie up Run DMC and Superstars. They have a massive legacy together. 50 years of the Superstar celebrated this year, and 35 years of that, I think, have been in collaboration with Run DMC, and Run DMC have been one of the major players in the Superstar game, and they were, back in the day, one of the major reasons why Superstars became so popular. So that's not a problem. But the problem is, and I'll tell you that in this video today, I'm going to get into why I think it's a problem that this sneaker is coming out and where I think the mistake happened in the upcoming release of the Adidas Superstar Run DMC. This is the Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel, Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel des. 毎日アップするので、毎日見てください. Every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today what we're looking at is the upcoming release of the Adidas Superstar Run DMC. And I'm putting it out there and saying that this sneaker is a mistake, and I haven't told you yet why I think it's a mistake, but there is a particular reason for that, and the reason is that I already reviewed a sneaker and called it the Run DMC. Now, I'm not saying that Adidas should listen to what I've said and then base their sneaker drops on my personal opinion, but I already reviewed a sneaker, and it was the Run DMC laceless, and hopefully it's behind me here, and you can see that it was a two-pair pack, a black pair and a white pair, and what the point was back in the day, Run DMC used to wear their Superstars, regular Superstars, laceless, and that was their cool kind of vibe, and that was one of the things that really took off in the sneaker industry with Adidas, and that tie-up with one of the most iconic hip-hop groups of all time. And that laceless effect, which you can see in this 2020 version to celebrate 50 years of the Adidas Superstar, was the big selling point on that sneaker from 2 or 3 months ago. And what they had done in that sneaker is they put an elastic sort of strap below the tongue so that you could wear it without laces, without losing that tight fit to your shoe. Two things about that and this sneaker today which I don't particularly think are a good idea. One is that original laceless one came with laces in the box, and you could just lace them up if you wanted to. Kind of defeats the purpose. Two, that was very much a Run DMC sneaker, and then here we are with a very much Run DMC sneaker. Why didn't they just put the two together? Why didn't they just take this laceless right here and put all the branding that I'm going to talk to you today about, and there is a lot to talk about in terms of the Run DMC branding on this sneaker. In fact, off the top of my head, I think I can think of 4 different unique Run DMC pieces of branding on this sneaker. Why didn't they just take all that unique branding and put it on that laceless that they dropped 2 or 3 months ago, make it into one sneaker, and we're done? And that for me is the issue, and why this is not a good idea, and why this is a bit of a mistake. To me, it's a bit of maybe a money grab that you've gone with the one Run DMC laceless sneaker, which I don't think was officially called the Run DMC sneaker. I think they just sort of, hinted at that sort of tie-up between the two. And then here it's very much a Run DMC sneaker in its sort of theme, but also branded very much on the sneaker in 2 particular places where it's definitely a Run DMC sneaker. So for me, that's where the mistake comes in. It's to do with the fact that this sneaker is already basically dropped, or this tie-up was already basically dropped, and they should have put this together with that particular sneaker, and then you would have had a fire sneaker all ends up. Now, of course, you could just take the laces out of these guys, but I don't think they'll have that elastic strap on the inside, and then you end up with the sneaker kind of coming off your foot, and it's not as comfortable. So that's why I think they should have tied the two together, and I think that's where the mistake comes in this particular sneaker. But having said that, I do think that this sneaker is really, really fire, and that's why I think they should have put this branding on that first drop from a couple of months ago. And we're going to look at that branding today. I'm going to start at the back of the sneaker because I really, really dig the red on this. It's the red that makes this stand out. The red branding and the red sort of hints that you get midfoot, insole, tongue, and then here, as I said, on the heel of this guy, that's what makes it pop, because usually the Superstars that you see out there are all white, all black or black and white or white and black. So having a bit of colour in there definitely works. It reminds me of earlier in this year, for part of this 50th year anniversary celebrations, the tie-up with Mickey Mouse and the Disney brand, where you had a bit of pop of colour on the side of the sneaker. And again, here we have that pop of colour with the Run DMC tie-up. And it's on the back on that heel. And the thing I like about the heel is it is that big chunk of red, but the branding on it is also in red. And they didn't go with, say, white, which would have given it a bit of contrast, but I think it's kind of cool that it's red on red. So that's a plus as far as I'm concerned. But then we get to, if we go up and look down from above, you get two pieces of branding side by side. Again, that hint of red in there. And it's basically the identical piece of branding in two different places, one on the tongue, one on the insole, and hopefully that's visible on the green screen behind me here. I didn't remember, I talked about it 2 days ago about how I'm shooting on green screen at home. I used to go into a studio to do the sort of shooting, and it was a better environment to work in, better sound, better light, better green screen quality and things like that. But now because of the coronavirus, I'm doing it from home because there's a semi-lockdown here in Tokyo, Japan. So hopefully this green screen back here is showing you that double hit of branding on the tongue up there, and then also down below on the insole. And if we focus on the insole first, you can see that it says Run DMC on there, and then below that in red, you've got that extra bit of branding. And again, it's that red that helps it to pop. And it's kind of unusual to see up there on the tongue to see branding like this as well. So they've gone with a double effect there. Sometimes I was critical of a previous sneaker, and I try to remember which one it was. It might have been, it wasn't the Prada. I think Prada maybe did put the branding up there on the tongue, but it was a sneaker where they didn't put the branding on the tongue, and they probably should have. It was an opportunity lost as far as I was concerned, but they haven't missed out on that opportunity with these Adidas Superstars. They've definitely gone right there, put the branding there on the tongue, Run DMC, with that extra bit of red in there to give it an extra bit of pop. So again, very cool, really works with the rest of the aesthetic of the sneaker, especially that big splash of red back there on the heel. And that leads me to my favorite and the final part of the branding, or the final detail on these sneakers that I want to get to, and it's that Superstar right there up on beside the 3-stripe branding. It's kind of a bit of a risk, because what you're looking at is that they've written the word Superstar on there in black and red detailing, and almost exclusively that Superstar on there would be written in gold. That's almost exclusively what you would see in any other Superstar that's come down the line. I'm pretty sure, I hope I'm not getting this wrong, and I'll put it up on the green screen either way so you'll know for sure, but I'm pretty sure those laceless Run DMCs from before, they had the gold branding there with Superstar up beside the 3rd stripe. And that's a kind of standard, so playing with that is quite a risk as far as I'm concerned, because it's such a standard for this iconic silhouette. But yes, it totally works in black with red accents to go with the rest of that aesthetic of the sneaker. And to me, it's great. It looks really good. The whole sneaker, if we take it out from that branding and look at the whole sneaker on the green screen, and you can see the red in the heel, you'll probably see the red detailing on the tongues without being able to see into the insole, and then that red and black detailing beside the black stripes on the side. Yes, the whole thing looks really good, and it's a fine looking sneaker. I just wish they dropped this with the laceless variant and that piece of elastic on the inside so you could wear these laces. Now, I might be wrong. There might be an elastic band on the inside there to hold this to your feet, and I haven't noticed it, or I haven't heard about it yet. I doubt it, to be honest, because the lacelesses were branded in that way. It was a special feature on them. It was their selling point. So then to bring it again on this shoe wouldn't make any sense to Adidas. So I'm pretty sure that these guys are just laced Superstars, but they might have that elastic on the inside. But even if they do have the elastic on the inside, then the people who did buy the laceless ones earlier are going to be mildly disappointed that they spent their money on that, and they could have just held on to their money and bought these guys. So for me, that's the big talking point on this shoe. It's the big feature is the fact that they had the opportunity to drop this as one big sneaker with that laceless option and the elastic on the inside, and they did not do that. And having those two sneakers out there sold separately is a bit of a, I don't know, is it a price gouge? Is it a money grab? To me, it doesn't sit quite well. So it's a fire sneaker. I like it very much. Love the tie-up, the story, 50 years of Superstar, 35-year tie-up with Run DMC. But Having said all that, they should have put it together with the previous lace list that dropped just a couple of months ago. But all in all, great sneaker. Happy to bring it to the channel today. Hopefully things are working out reasonably well in this home shoot that I'm at least going to be restricted to for something like a month while we do this lockdown light in Tokyo. It's a preventative measure here. I know in many other parts of the world it's like a reaction to a major problem already in the situation that they're trying to work with. What's happening here is the numbers are low and they're trying to keep them low, as opposed to the numbers are high and they're trying to bring them down. So it's a preventative measure. Fingers crossed things will get back to normal next month and I'll be able to shoot in the studio again. But for now, shooting from home. Hopefully it's not a big deal to you guys out there. Hopefully it worked well and hopefully you enjoyed the content today. But because I do this every single day, that means that if you didn't enjoy today's content, you can always come back tomorrow and get yourself another sneaker video. For now though, time for me to sign off. But as I do this every single day, that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.